Have you ever had one of those times where you got caught up in your anxieties and it started to take over your whole day? Like you could be thinking, what if I mess up this project? What if I'm awkward when we hang out? Or what if I can't make enough money in the future? Or even, is AI going to take over the world? You don't want to be caught off guard, right? So you try to picture what could happen. But pretty quickly, your mind starts playing out everything that might go wrong. And the more you think about it, the more anxious you feel. So there is a hidden pattern here that quietly makes anxiety worse. I want to show you what that is and how to break it. So in this video, I will walk through the silent habit that fuels anxiety, a step-by-step method to stop it, and the common mistakes to avoid along the way. I've seen people who've used this to get a better handle on their anxiety, and I think more people need to know about it. I've been treating anxiety for 20 years, and I've found that the core problem here is that a lot of us are using the wrong psychological system for the task, and that's backfiring. And interestingly, I see this process show up especially in smart and analytical people who are often surprised when I point it out to them. So let me show you what I mean. You're probably used to focusing a lot of attention and energy on problems in order to solve them. Just like how you master a skill, you complete an assignment, you improve at really anything. This normally works, just not when we're imagining feared outcomes that we're anxious about. When we start to anticipate things that could go wrong in the future, like, what if they think I'm doing a bad job? Even though this is an attempt to prepare, it activates the threat system in our brain and our body. And this leads to our experience of anxiety. If you pause and think about it, I think this makes sense, right? Imagining things going horribly wrong is scary. And then the fear centers in our brain, they can't actually really tell the difference between a real and an imagined scenario. So as we get worked up, we start thinking in circles of all these different negative outcomes, and we never actually get to a real solid plan. Because even though this is an attempt to solve a potential problem, we're using the wrong part of the brain to do it. It's like asking your thermometer to treat your fever, or the X-ray machine to heal your broken bone. It's not going to work. The threat system is great at alerting us to potential dangers, but it's not good at assessing or generating effective solutions. So I'm going to show you a specific method that helps to interrupt this loop, and then it engages the psychological system that's better at emotional regulation and planning. Over time, this will help us build a stronger sense of control. Here's something that I think will make this clear. Imagine you live with a roommate. You're at work, it's a busy day, and your roommate calls you. You ignore him at first, but he keeps on calling, so eventually you pick it up. And he's like, hey, I need to figure out our plan for having people over next week. Like, who should we invite? Should we order food, do you think? Or like, should we cook? Do you want to have a game night? Or just stick to dinner? You interrupt. Hey, mate, I am at work. This is not urgent right now. They say, yeah, but if we don't plan it, it might go badly. I get that, you say, but listen, I have a meeting in 10 minutes. I have a deadline to hit. Let's talk tonight after dinner, and we will figure it all out then. Okay, he replies, but how about instead, I just stay on speaker, and we can just talk about it on and off throughout the day. You'll be like, absolutely not. All right, final offer. How about I'll just text you every 20 minutes to remind you we haven't planned it yet. Okay. Anxiety acts just like that annoying roommate. It keeps popping in, asking for your attention, like it's the most important thing in your day. But you can treat it the same way you treat that annoying roommate, right? Set a time to deal with it in an effective way. You are not ignoring it. You're containing it, you're setting boundaries. So we call this technique worry postponement, or sometimes simply worry time. And this simple strategy has been shown to improve anxiety, mood, insomnia, and it gives us back that sense of control. Let's look at how to do it correctly, and then the common mistakes I see and how to avoid those. Now that you get the idea, here's how to actually use worry time step by step. Step 1, Notice the worry invitation. Okay, I call these worry invitations. Those what if thoughts that pop in out of nowhere, they're offering you the chance to worry. You don't control when they show up. Like, they come from deeper parts of our brain that we don't have control over. So don't fight them. Just recognize them. Step 2, write it down. Don't get into it. So you do have autonomy here. If it's urgent and a solvable thing for right now, then definitely deal with it. But if not, just write it down, maybe in a notes app or a bit of paper, and remind yourself, I will get to this in worry time. Part of the reason that your brain keeps looping and giving you these thoughts all day is that it's afraid you'll forget something important. So simply writing it down tells your brain, I've got this, you can stop reminding me. And that gives you some of that mental space back. Step 3, refocus. I postpone the worry. What do I do instead? This is a very common question I get, this what to do instead of worrying. There is no one-size-fits-all answer, but the principle is this. Choose to invest your attention in something meaningful and hopefully grounded in the present moment. You'll notice most people don't worry while they're moving around and they're working or they're fully engaged in something real. But here are some research-backed options if you're looking for some. Use your body. Worry happens up here in the mind. Getting into the body can break that loop. Try engaging in physical tasks, try breath counting meditations, or exercise. There's one client of mine who I pointed out used to hold his breath when he was worrying, and simply noticing and choosing to breathe steadily helped him step out of the worry. Give your brain a better problem. So, your mind loves to try to solve things. So, instead of letting it fixate into coming up with what can go wrong, point it towards something positive. Ask your brain, hey, what's going well in my life? What am I proud of? This is one reason that gratitude journals and practices can be helpful. Or just get back to what matters. Often, the best solution is simple. Just focus on whatever it is that you are supposed to be doing right now in the present, your current priority. Like, hey, you're in a meeting, focus on the meeting. Step 4, do worry time and avoid the common mistakes. For a quick summary you can keep on your phone, I'll have these steps below in a link. Here's how to make worry time really work for you and avoid the 3 most common mistakes I see. So first, set a time. The same time each day, if you can. Try to stick to around 20 minutes. This is set aside as your window to sit down, get out your worry list, and then work through what's there. A lot of the time, the worries that felt really intense early in the day when you wrote them down won't really seem like a big deal anymore. But when something still feels important, here's how to approach it effectively by avoiding the major mistakes. Mistake 1, doing it in your head. If you do it in your head, your mind will bounce from one worry to the next and back again, and you won't get anywhere. Write it out, either on paper or typed out. If you do this, it slows the process down and it makes your thinking more focused. Mistake 2, just focusing on feared outcomes. Yes, you will answer the what if this happens question, but don't stop there. Try listing out as many possible solutions to your problems as you can. And after that, ask, which of these is most likely to help? Focus more time on problems that you have more control over. You do not need to solve the entire thing in this one go. Even a small step improves our sense of well-being. And research tells us that we do better when we look at our problems in an objective, more emotionally neutral manner. So try that. Mistake 3, not taking action. The research also tells us when we worry, we are less likely to actually take action. We often think of a solution, but then we imagine in our mind all the ways that solution may go wrong and the problems it'll cause, and then we stay stuck. So if there is a small doable step, take it. If you want to see examples of how you can use this with anxiety around dating, check out chapter 4 in my book, Dating Without Fear. Maybe you can try doing worry time every day for a week, and then see how you feel. It's been shown to reduce worry and anxiety and improve mood and sleep. But one recent study found a benefit you might not expect. After just a week, people felt more in control. Like worry was something they could choose, not something that's choosing them. And I think there's a real confidence in that. And if this was helpful, check out this video where I share 21 insights from 20 years of treating anxiety. I think numbers 9 and 14 are especially good next steps.